Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. Yeah, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long I was managed. M0GC excuse me, News Rob or Robbie, North East Scotland, go ahead.
Very good afternoon to you, Rob. Mike 0 Uniform Delta India. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. Yeah, the name this end is Mark Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm down in Sidcup in Kent, so right down there in the southeast of England. You're giving me 5 and 7 today, Rob. 5 and 7. A little bit of QSB dropping you towards my S5 noise floor, and the lot of QRM coming from nearby. Today I'm using the Yaesu FT-101ZD, running about 130, 140 watts into a 90-foot long wire there, mate. So you're a 5 and 7 to me on the peaks. Back to you, MM0 UDI M0 JCF.
And thanks for my report. You're a bit stronger. You're 5 and 9 plus 5. Just the way the band is, I think, Mark. I'm on the same power as you, about 140. My leg's an old one.
9 plus.
I'm on a vertical and I can switch. Let me switch to my doublet. Hang on. That's my top band area or top band doublet. Is that better or worse, Mark? Worse?
Your MM0 UDI M0 JCF. Well, believe it or not, Rob, just before you switched over, you were just nudging over the 9s. You switched the antenna and immediately dropped to S8. Now, with the QSB, it's a little bit difficult to say for sure that the antenna swap did it, but otherwise, you definitely dropped an S point, but you came up from S7 to S9, S9 plus, just as you was giving me my report. So a bit difficult to say, but perfectly readable, and not a bad audio considering we've got Donald Duck just underneath you. Back to you.
I'm going to work on that top band doublet. It's been good area for me, so I need to move things slightly on the left-hand feet. But this is the vertical, let's be the vertical. I'm going to switch on this doublet, top band doublet. Oh, you want this one a little and you did the average. I think I'm much of a muchness. Possibly the vertical has the edge at this time of day. So, you're Doug. I've seen Doug earlier. I'm sure you'll know Doug. Go ahead, Mark. Go on.
Yeah, MM0 UDI M0 JCF. Yes, I know Doug very well. Funnily enough, I've never actually met Doug. I've spoken to him many, many times, especially on 40 metres. He lives, I suppose, as the crow flies, he only lives a quarter of a mile, maybe half a mile away from me. And he also belongs to the same club as me, but I don't think in 4 years we've ever actually met face to face. But it's quite funny that when I work, a lot of Europeans, especially Germans, on 40 metres, and as soon as I mentioned Sidcup, they all mentioned Doug. So, excuse me, they all mentioned Doug, and I find it quite amusing to have to report to them that he's okay, he's fine. I spoke to him, I suppose, 4 or 5 weeks ago was probably the last time I spoke to Doug, so I know he's still kicking and he's still woodworking and still using the radio there. Back to you. Okay, on the doublet, it was hard to pick you out of the QR Mexico now. On the previous antenna, it was absolutely no problems. There's not a lot in it. I would say that there's probably, you know, if we was going to take an average, you go from 7 to 9, so you're an average of 8. So there's not a lot in it though, Rob. I think we're probably at the best distance. When you was talking to the Dutchman just a little while ago, you was actually a better signal than him. So, and that was obviously using the vertical antenna. Back to you.
I've been quite prolific mobile. And I used to speak to Doug, maybe not every day, but most days. So he's quite well known, I guess. Okay, Mark, well, what I was, it's about to do, Mark.
Yeah, Rob, really losing you now due to the QR Mexico. Somebody is very, very close, maybe 1.5, 2 kilohertz away. I'm not sure if you was winding up then, but I did hear you say that you spoke to Doug many times over the years. And yeah, being a G6, that's not surprising. He's been around a while. Rob, just because of the QR Mexico, I'm going to cut you loose now. Wish you a very Merry Christmas. Have a great 2022, and hopefully I can talk to you when the band's a bit clearer. 40 metres has been very, very lively today, and as I say, this is only the second day that I've used this radio, the ZD, the 101ZD. But you know, I've got a few old radios in the shack, and I'm going to be swapping around them over the Christmas period. So if you hear me calling, please do drop in for a chat, and hopefully we can have a one that's not plagued by so much QR Mexico. So as I say, have a happy Christmas, a great 2022, and I look forward to the next time, mate. And I really appreciate you taking my call today. All the very best, and bye bye for now. MM0 UDI M0JCF, just listening for any finals, old chap. Cheers.
That's working pretty fantastic, really. 40 old pounds. My one's not quite so old, but almost. See you next time, Mark. All the best. Season greetings and all that. Cheerio.
Yeah, cheers, Rob. M0JCF going clear with MM0UDI. Bye, mate.
See you, bye now. This is MM0UDI.